Just a little FYI for you. Cool, 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 cool. And away we go.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. We're back. Hobbying and hanging, chilling.
We're back. A dinosaur story.
Yo, do you know they were going to make a new Jurassic Park? Do you know about this?
I don't want another Jurassic Park.
Dude, it's a Jurassic World, and it's called Rebirth.
Oh, no.
Sick. Are you excited? I'm
Are they gonna do? Are they gonna do the idea of like the hybrid?
I
this
don't
time
fucking
around?
know. I didn't check out. I didn't see the last one.
Don't believe him. He's trolling you.
I didn't see the last two. No, this is I heard people are saying.
Oh
I've
yeah,
heard.
credible people who
Yeah.
knows things.
I've heard tell.
People are saying new Jurassic Park.
People, very smart people.
Welcome, Francois.
Yeah, hail Francois. How's it going? Let's finish these projects.
Yeah.
What are you building?
I'm actually building a screamer
You're not Bella.
for a certain someone. A certain someone who will not be named.
I got the Striking Scorpions, the plastic ones.
Ooh, fun.
Cool.
That's a fun kit.
Yeah.
I'll just
Very
do
cool.
I have a Yannari list. I have two. I have one that involves all three factions. And it uses all three characters. Like the Yvrain, Vizark, and...
Oh shit! Yo, Supreme
Team
Command.
card?
Let's go.
And then I have one that's just kind of more like, I don't know, competitive, I guess.
I gotcha.
Which uses Fire Prism. Fire Prisms.
Oh, the Prisms of Fire. Very nice.
I can't quit them. They're literally my favorite.
Dude, they are
Unit.
reliable. They are like the Gladiator Lancer. Just a reliable piece of tech.
As long as there's no invulns. How do you feel about invulns?
No, Invulns are...
Well, not
they just
not
ruin
great, but at least there's two shots.
Yeah, Invulns ruin everything, but that's neither here nor there.
They're
Like-
just
like
they're
the
I don't know
Gladiator
they're
Lancer, it's reliable, I think.
Oh, it's a great piece of
Yeah, it's
technology.
crazy. Army and I played a game on Sunday, and I was like, why does the Repulsor Executioner, why is its ability so much worse than the Lancer? And the only reason I can parse it out is because it's older, and probably more people have it.
older, shittier.
Well, it should be better, if you think about it. And technically, the profile of the Gladiator Lancer, or the Repulsor Executioner's laser is better. But... the ability is just, it makes the Lancer so much better for what you want a executioner type tank to do.
They forever put a huge premium on transports.
Oh yeah, it does transport, doesn't it?
It does. That is true. So make it cost more. I don't care if it costs more. Just make it shoot as good. Because it used to have the same Aquilon optics ability, because they both have the same...
It should literally
The
have
piece
same-
on the sprue is the same on both turrets, right? So it just...
I don't know.
It is. I'm almost certain. It's similar. It's
You're
that,
telling me.
It's that stupid box. It's that box with the flap. You know what I'm talking about? It's,
Yeah,
yeah.
I modified mine, so I don't know which.
Oh, fair enough. Yeah, I'm not...
What's
I have to
right
remember
or
who I'm
wrong,
talking
yeah.
to here.
Yeah, kind of a creative genius. No
Yeah,
big deal.
yeah, super creative.
I kind of just take a bunch of other bits and slap them on some things and call it done.
Yeah. Yeah.
Basically, right?
Don't hate the player.
Hate the game.
Oh, I can do that.
Yeah. Honestly, it's never gonna be good because it's overpriced and it shoots.
I think
what,
the executioner's
two shots?
okay.
Look,
rule
it's-
is shit.
yeah,
The
it's rule is
chassis in
shit.
It's yeah.
Well, the rule of the Lancer is what makes the Lancer, in my opinion. Would you agree?
I think
Like those inbuilt
it
rerolls,
makes,
like a
certainly
fire
makes
prism.
it better, but
Yeah.
but it makes it independently good. It would still be good with oaths and strength 14. You're wounding almost everything. Well, everything in the game unless it was like -1. on threes, like it would still be
Yeah.
good.
And that's where
but
the
fact that it's a
executioner
standalone
sits.
piece.
Yeah. It's like being able to reroll a hit and a wound each time it shoots is crazy. I see Francois's message in chat. Yeah, my microphone was out of position, but it should be better now.
Well, it's the funny thing that we like it, right? But in the competitive scene, a lot of like the Art of War shits all over Lancers because it's only 2 shots.
I'd agree with that.
I can understand. Like, look,
So
it will struggle
lends
against
your
invulnerable
point, Kyle,
saves.
though. Yeah, exactly. So the minute you like, it's great against vehicles, but the minute you hit a save, it never.
Yeah, then
It
it's
doesn't do as
unreliable
much.
because that's what
In
invulnerable
that
saves
top
do.
tier of play, it doesn't do that much. Now in my tier of play, it's a fucking beast.
Yeah, I mean, I'm okay if the standard is that look, these are tanks with a heavy laser destroyer, and that's a weapon that is not designed to deal with invulnerable saves. It just doesn't have the volume, right, to get those dice through. That's fine, but why is it that the baby version of the tank is more reliable, really, right,
Yeah.
than the tougher version, or the stronger rather? Well, I guess it's tougher too.
I hope you weren't looking to me for answers.
No, I'm just
Got none.
you know what we do here. Okay? Just complain about the thing that we're engaged in.
So, I agree. But I have something that I think you will enjoy
Oh, you have some sauce for me?
and support. Yeah.
Oh.
So, I'm going to a 1,500 point Highlander tournament on the weekend, and I would like to share some of the lists with you.
Ah. Okay.
So they are spicy, but I think you're gonna like some of them.
I'm intrigued. Okay.
Shut the fuck
I don't
up.
know if you're being sarcastic or not. I guess we'll see.
No,
Okay.
no, I'm not. Okay, so the first is an Imperial. I'm just gonna share some of the ones I think you might like. So there's an Imperial Knights list. It is 4 armigers.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then it's a Knight Porphyrion.
Oh, the new one, right? Or the
No,
That's
newish?
not an
old
That's
Forge
another one?
World monster.
Oh, is that the one that looks like Blastoise?
It does
Yeah.
look like Blastoise.
Ah, okay, I know. that one.
710 points.
Wowie.
And then there's some allied trash that you won't like, but
Oh, like
Okay.
like
there's just some.
those Judge
So
Dredd
it's
guys.
because of, yeah, Voidsman, Calidus, and I don't know what this
I get it.
Espern Larcano is, but it's a 40-point legend character, and it's in like all kinds of lists.
Interesting.
Tyrannid, there's a big Tyrannid bug list.
Oh, that's fun. Especially-
Here, listen to this 1,500 point guards list, okay?
Mhm.
It starts with the noble regimental engine seer.
No.
Right. Okay. Gotta have
Then
a
it's a tank
mechanic.
commander.
Mhm.
A tank commander, okay? A Lehman Russ battle tank. A Lehman Russ demolisher. A Lehman Russ vanquisher. A Rogel Dorn. And a Baneblade.
This is
That's
tank. It's just Tank Hammer.
Yeah, I like
That's it.
Yeah, it's fun.
That's it. I don't know how he's gonna play the game, but that's it.
Yeah. Well, I like it. I like it. Look, he could have taken lots of boots on the ground, but he didn't. It's a man of integrity right there.
Okay, here's a Chaos Space Marine list. Chaos Lord.
What
Sorcerer and
detachment?
Terminator.
Just so I have an idea of what to imagine.
It's I believe the Fellhammer is that's Iron
Iron Warriors.
Warriors. Yeah, okay. So, Chaos Lord, Sorcerer and Terminator armor, a Sorcerer on Disc of Zeech. Don't know what he does. A Warpsmith, 2 squads of cultists, 3 bikers, a Hellbrute, a Kratos, rockin'. Oh, he switched the weapons. Oh, the other day when I looked at. Oh, maybe that was another person. A Kratos,
Mm-hmm.
and a Greater Brass Scorpion.
Wow. Didn't expect that. How is the greater breast scorpion these days?
Well, Slice. Well, geez. Oh, Melon and I. Yeah, I went through all. We were looking at it yesterday a little bit because Melon was like, I don't know if that thing can move on a board. Like, legitimately, I don't know if it can fit.
Is it bigger than the
It probably-
Astralis?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah,
It's
okay.
huge.
Interesting.
Yeah,
It's a
it's-
monster.
Never seen it in person. That's cool. Take some pictures.
It's got like these huge, like you know that Forge World thing, Necron thing we bought for.
Oh
Doc?
yeah, the
Yep.
Seraph.
It's
the
like
Seraphic.
that big.
Oh yeah, that is big.
I think.
That is large.
It's a large,
Quite
large
large.
lad.
Is there a lesser brass scorpion?
No, only greater.
Just curious. Just asking.
Okay.
It's called the
Here
fucking
is-
Defiler.
Do you remember? Okay, our old corn player there, who's recently moved. This is a World
Oh.
Eaters list.
Oh, okay.
Okay, it's called Zero Intention of Winning, Only Fighting.
I like it. That's sweet.
Angron, Lord on Jug, Squad of Jackals, a Corn Lord of Skulls, Bloodletters, and a Bloodthirster.
Nice.
Yeah, it's a lot of,
High
it's a lot
aggro.
of dummy
Yep.
big.
Oh my goodness.
A lot
And there's
of
another night
fights.
list that has the Harpoon Valiant, which I greatly respect.
That's my favorite one.
Oh,
It's
hell
the
yeah!
coolest.
Yeah.
Something about harpoons, right?
It's just
Honestly,
it's just some really
Every
fun
time
ones.
I ran that thing when I had one, it did all right. It just like I played said corn player that move, and he every time he fired that harpoon, he shot something, he killed something.
Well, so this tournament has like 6 Titanic units and 60 vehicles across 10 players or something. So that thing's anti-vehicle, like
2+.
flat. Yeah, anti-vehicle 4+, I think. Hits on a 2, anti-vehicle 4+ dev wounds. So it's
Yeah.
just gonna like evaporate vehicles.
Good for him. I hope he wins.
It's a cool
Oh,
pick.
and you want to hear my list?
Sure. Is that similar to what you played against me?
Yeah, it's 1,500 points. I'm running Gladius for this though.
Gotcha.
So I got Apothecary Biologist with Fire Discipline. He goes with 6 Eradicators.
Wow.
I got Caven Trike and the
Kevin.
Calidus Assassin. Kevin. I got Intercessor
Trike.
Squad. I got Scouts. And then I have a Fire Raptor, a Lancer, a Storm Eagle, and a Storm Speeder Thunderstrike.
Wow.
I like the Storm Speeder. It's a good choice.
Wow. So I was looking at the Gladius rules,
Mm-hmm.
and I didn't realize that for 1 CP, I can make the Fire Raptor AP2 ignore cover.
Yes. Yeah. You
Yeah.
can.
Pretty lit.
What is that? Fire discipline
Yeah.
strat? Or bolter
No,
discipline or
it's-
whatever?
Yeah, I don't know what it's called. It's called fucking pucker up, boys.
I'm ready.
It's called Storm of Fire.
Ah.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, it's gross. I felt like a bad man. I'm scared of the list.
Well, think about it this way: you do that, you can use the storm speeder to tag something to get +1 to wound, and then you just have
Exactly.
full hits and full wounds, wounding everything on 4s, maybe 5s, depending on what big
Yeah.
number you're talking.
It's just like I don't like between the Eradicators and that, like, and a Lancer. I don't think anything can survive it.
No, you should be able to reliably put down something huge.
I think I'll put down a
Each turn.
Porphyrion.
Yeah. Honestly,
I hope.
it'll have to pass its
It is
inbones.
scary,
That's
though.
what it'll come down to, right? All knights have inbones, correct?
5 up. I don't know
Yeah.
what that thing has. I'm sure it's got its own rules. I'm sure. I don't know what its rules are.
Yeah, probably
I
like
should look.
5 up base, and then you can probably rotate ion shields. That's a thing, right?
Yep.
That's
Yeah,
still a thing.
for,
You get
for two.
boosted.
It's but I think it's. Is it still a thing? It's 2 CP for a Titanic unit,
I don't
or
know.
is that old rules?
That's old rules, but
Yep.
Because if it is, then it's going to be 3. Because I'm going to plop a Calidus down beside
nearby.
it. I think for the tournament we're going to, I'll still probably end up running Vanguard because I don't know, it's a little more flavorful. But for this, I just wanted to try Gladius.
I could
and then-
see either being, like if you're trying to be in the spirit of Alpha Legion, I think Raven Guard or Ultramarines are a fair choice. But the list you ran against me with the Vanguard was certainly less killy than the Gladius one.
Well, I didn't have Eradicators, right?
Yeah.
Eradicators are terrifying in close, like because you use the Storm Eagle, you fly them up into Melter range and drop them off, and goodbye.
Mm-hmm.
So long.
See ya. Basically.
Yeah. Oh,
Uh,
but it's a lot. I'm having so much fun with it because it's not like I got this list off the internet. It feels like a little old school with people trying their whatever, like you never hear. I don't know. It's nice to see the things that never hit the boards. There's gonna be a lot of what does it do? Like
Oh yeah, for sure. The Forgotten
that's
Legends.
yeah, that's what happens when you open the floodgate to Legends units.
right?
Like, all right, be free.
I just wish they didn't have allies. I that's what I wish. Because like the Death Guard players running like Mortarion, 3 Malefic Blight Haulers, a Plague Burst thing, and then 2 Baby Knights and like something else. Like I'm like, oh, you're lame.
A little bit. I'm not a fan of allies. You know me.
Oh,
I
yeah.
don't.
Well,
I don't
I'm not-
love it.
I'm not a fan of them in like you got legends. You don't need allies, you know?
Yeah, I get that. I get that. Look, I like allies for narrative purposes, but if you're trying to make a toit competitive, paradigm, I don't think allies are conducive. That's all.
We only bring them for competitive advantage. Like
Yeah, 100%.
I'm not bringing a Calidus because I think it's fluffy. I'm like I want to try and win.
Yeah, because you have no.
And for
soul,
some
that's why.
reason it got better and went down in points. Does that make?
Oh well, because a book came out. It makes perfect sense. Get out of here. Don't pretend.
I was gonna bring the Eviscer if points had permitted, but they do not.
Oh, is this the old one?
No, it's the new Eviscer.
Oh shit. Oh yeah. I guess you guys had your MFM points.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I gotta get Shrike done, and then I'm gonna try to get some decals and improved paint on these 2 birds in the Kratos.
Very cool. I built my screamer for this stream. That's 3 for 3. But I'm trying to modify my Lone Ops Lieutenant's sword. Give it a bit more flavor, So I got
Melon, he
Is that the one you got from me?
Yeah, look at this. Look at this little knife here. Well, that's not a knife. I'll tell you what. That's a cool Monster Hunter style weapon. That's what that is.
So Mr. What the won't come down from his pedestal and make 2 more Eradicators to make his list more viable.
No. Listen. It's not a pedestal. don't cast me in such a bad light. This freaking guy over here. I have a Force Org, and I've shared this with Melon, so he knows what's up. I have a Force Org for my collection with all my Marines in their squads. And look, the Eradicators in Squad 10 are at capacity. There's no room. Can't have them. I can
No
only
room.
have 4. Yeah.
Not room.
Sorry, no room. There's no
Sorry,
room
not
for,
sorry.
Yeah, I'm not trying to. Look, if there was room, I would probably be like, oh, perfect. I'll add more because I want to.
You could run 4 at the cost of 6.
Yeah, what a cool game. What a cool game this is. Thanks for that. Just salting the
I
room
really-
like I used to.
I really hope
Jesus.
that goes away.
Yeah, it's so lame. God.
I really want just regular ass points back.
I don't think it will,
Probably not, but
but I hope you're right.
you know, a girl can dream. You know.
Terrible. Terrible. QD asks, so what's the issues with Firstborn now? Tournaments kicking them out? That's a question for Army or Melon.
Firstborn is gone in
Or-
most.
Well, no.
There's just a few
completely, and
units in the Codex, right?
Yeah.
Also,
there's-
I
most
saw a
of it's
thing
gone.
on. No, I saw a thing on Goonhammer. Some guy won a tournament with Salamander Firstborn. He just brought all Firstborn Marines, like in Marine adjacent stuff.
Nice.
I don't
That's cool.
believe it.
I saw it on the article. It's recorded.
I don't believe it. It's this
All right.
spiky bits clickbait.
How rude.
Clickbait out my mouth. It's I don't know. If people want to play it, they can play it, but
Yeah.
it's definitely not kicked out. It's a complete.
Well, a lot of it's been kicked out. Like a lot of the firstborn units.
Like what?
Yeah, say one. You don't even know because your fucking army
Salt.
is a
No, I
fucking mishmash of things that like aren't anything. You don't even know what half your fucking shit is.
I will tell you. What's the list building thing called? New recruit. I was looking at them for legends. They kicked a lot out.
Vanguard are still around.
Kicked. What? I'm not saying. I said I have agreed. I've conceded that it's not all gone,
Yeah.
but they've kicked a lot.
I could be wrong on this, but my gut intuition is like I think you can just count as a lot of your Firstborn at this point, right? Like Sternguard vets are Sternguard vets. Assault squad's
There's
assault
a lot.
squad, right?
They're a little bigger, but yeah.
Same base size, right?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
the same base.
Yeah. Yeah, if tournaments only care about base size, right? Does the height matter that much for infantry?
Not really.
I don't know. If
It's
people
gotta
are
be.
too
It's gotta be
particular.
dramatic. Like it's gotta be like.
Yeah. It would be considered modeling for advantage.
Listen, modeling for advantage went out the fucking door when you can model the Riptide to be kneeling, and it's part of the fucking kit. Like that. Like unless it's like you just have like the foot of a Space Marine on the base and nothing else, then yeah, it's modeling for advantage. But like, fucking a 1/10 of a millimeter in height based on like a firstborn to a Primaris, that's nothing. NBD.
The assault squad, legends, assault
Yes.
squad with jump pack.
Just
Legends.
use the normal one. Couldn't you? Is it that different? I think the plasma pistol.
The
is
loadouts are different. Yeah,
Slightly,
the loadouts are
right?
different.
I guess you gotta count those.
Command squad, gone.
Are tournaments
Command-
always WYSIWYG? That's the real question.
Well, the command squad,
Relic
like,
Terminators,
I just play it as
Well,
Terminators.
snipers.
okay, so the command squad is technically still around, just sub an apothecary, because all the same shit
Mhm.
is in the original command
Yeah,
squad.
for the most part, it's all very much in line, right?
Yeah, just
Vanguard
the
vet?
apothecary. Vanguard vets are still around. Literally,
No,
What?
Vanguard vets with jump packs are still around. Vanguard vets are not.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah. Well, Vanguard vets with jump packs are the ones I see still running
Back
around.
bike squad, company vets on bikes, scout bike squads.
Scout bike squads are sad that they went.
Chaplain Venerable Dreadnought.
That deserved to go away.
I looked at it for this
Daredevils.
legend situation. The ability is not the greatest. God.
Daredevil.
Remember, before you say any more, remember how
Okay.
fucking potent that thing was?
Oh, it was the best, dude. Hits on twos. I don't need to hit on twos. I just liked having a little guy that, you know, could fire 2 last cannons and have a warlord trait and be a cool dude.
Oh,
Is that
yeah,
thing
the
you posted today?
fucking world.
No, that's the thing I posted to Instagram today was the Mortis dread. Just another like so many of those old dreads, especially like
That
the
guy
Horus
looks
Heresy
like
ones.
he's a stiff breeze from falling over.
Well,
My
yeah.
guns are too big. Like he is compensating for something. Like the guy inside, small peepee. For sure.
Small
Dude,
Small
how
PP.
dare you disrespect a
Probably
venerable,
no
a
PP
venerable
anymore.
chapter hero? Oh, definitely no PP. That's a guarantee. No, that's not actually how the Mortis Dread looks. That was a kit bash with like that terrain piece.
Yeah.
Those barricades.
Once upon a time, so that dread with the rifle arms was the menace of 5th edition.
I just think it's so cool, man. Reminds me of the Matrix. It's like a Daradio, but like awkward and boxy.
Awkward and stupid.
Yeah. Oh, look, it has
Dara-
that charm of being awkward. You know what I mean? Like those. It's
Yeah.
all out of proportion.
The Daredeo might be the only dreadnought I don't really like.
Really?
I think it's pretty cute.
Yeah. It looks like a boat hull.
You look like a boat haul.
Dude, it makes it aerodynamic. I don't know why are you hating. Dude.
So sorry, there's one dreadnought out of all of them that I don't love.
I know, you're like Mr. Dreadnought. You should have played Iron
I
Hands.
know. The dreadnoughts are the best thing in the game, but I just don't love that specific one.
Okay.
It looks like it should float.
We all float.
Hey, Mr. Creative, why don't you convert it, okay? Why don't you go ahead and convert it if you like it so much?
Just said I don't like it. He never listens to me.
So I guess
Can't hear me
semantics
from up
aside,
on his
there.
pedestal.
Semantics aside, I guess there are quite a few things gone, but there's still enough to play Firstborn. Like a Predator is still Firstborn. Like
Yeah.
so, you have tank options. Vindicator.
But okay, serious question. Do you think they'll be around in 11th?
No,
So I wouldn't. If you
think-
don't already own them, I would not run out.
I think this Blood Angels release is a fucking rude awakening to do not buy a single fucking like Firstborn thing unless you're interested in 30k. Like if you're interested in just playing like 40k and you want like, you know, the aesthetics of current 40k and you don't mind having like old stuff that you have to like piece out and look for like third party stuff or like, you know, hoard onto like boxes to like make sure you have the units later on. Because like if you buy something, like let's say you buy, I don't know, let's say you buy like something from Space Wolves, because I know this is coming. Let's say you buy Murder Fang or like one of the stupid fucking Space Wolves dreads.
Maybe
Those
even
are not-
Bjorn.
That's possible. Yeah, it's possible. Space Wolves, yeah. I'm with you. That'd be the way to do it. Mhm. There's two. There's two versions. One's like their assault marine, one's their tactical marine. It's like that. Yeah, that could happen. That could happen. Yeah, no, it'll be like Outriders. It'll be the same kind of paradigm. It's the same standard. Fuck, we've been suffering through where it's like that's how the kit comes. That's how it's run, right? Little to no customization in war gear or formation. Yeah, which is awesome. Awesome for my squad of 4 Eradicators. So cool. It's okay though. Because what was the name of that? The Indomitus box in 9th edition came with 3. And I had an extra Gravis body and an old multi-melta lying around. And I was like, oh, cool. I'll just pay whatever the points are for one more guy at the time in 9th edition. And look, now I got a multi-melta and 2 extra. It makes perfect sense. And then you combine that with the other 6 Marines from the Aggressor Squad to make Squad 10. It's perfect. Because you gotta have squads of 10. That's how it works. Yeah. Yeah. It's just how I have 4. But I think it's a big shame. But you look, it's for the collection. That's what it's for now. Is that the new one? I know there was a new one. Is it? Is it? The Warden? Oh. Gotcha, gotcha. Yeah, well, and this could change edition to edition. I cringe at the naming convention for the Chaos Knight weapons. It's so over the top to me. It's so we are evil, you know. Yeah, that kind of shit. Yeah. Oh, they look way better. Fuck yeah. Yeah. They c- It works. I like it. Yeah, I don't know if it's points permissible these days. Stream buddies went silent. Really? Oh. Can you guys say something? Oh, yes. Thanks for the heads up. Okay, so I'm going to go into OBS. I knew there'd be some fuckery. Let's see here. Properties. Okay, let's try this one. Okay, say something for me.
Hi.
That
Banana
should do
Hand.
it. That should do it. Much appreciated, Francois. Much appreciated. All right. Well, we're back. Yeah, that was a cool Chaos Knights list there, Melon. Cool concept from back in
No.
a way back concept.
Yeah.
I own Chaos Knights. They're very
Yeah.
dusty.
Well, I mean, you, despite having adult ADHD, you don't have list. Well, you do in the confines of your single army, but you don't like to go beyond the confines of Chaos Space Marines. Like, you just like staying in this.
Oh, well, but the reason I don't play Knights is because I don't enjoy them. I find them very boring to play. The lack of models just gets me.
Just give them a chance.
I have. They like when they come out, usually once an edition, and I last like 3 games, and I'm like, you also can't play them into newer players, because even if you run a bad Knights list, like you just
The stat check, yeah,
you just dumpster them.
it's tough. You kind of have to. Yeah, I don't really enjoy playing against Knights unless I know I'm playing against Knights.
They're hard. I mean, I lost to, and I'll be completely honest, a player that I played before, and he was playing Knights. I played him at a tournament, and I had handed his ass to him, and I played him again at a RTT, and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna stomp this guy, and then it was the Sights of Power, and he stood Canis Rex on an objective for 3 turns, and basically just like won the game, and I could not kill the Knights fast enough to outscore him because he had a humongous character on this thing, and I didn't prioritize it soon enough, and I was like, well, fudgesicle, like.
Gotcha. I get
And
it.
like it's somebody that I should beat, but Knights are a stat check, so.
Yep.
Indubitably.
Who's
They're a
Frank?
tough one to balance.
Who's who?
Am I Frank? Somebody in the chat.
Oh, Francois. I'm not keeping a tab on Francois because we're chatting with the friendos on stream. But in the past, Francois has said things that upset certain people. But it's I don't know. It's a tough thing to navigate personally. I welcome discourse as long as it's not offensive. Is kind of where I sit. But if it is, we can do some modding, I suppose, some moderation. I never wanted the things to require a moderator. But should it be needed, we could, I suppose.
I don't think so.
Yeah, I think we can all be amicable and share our thoughts, have our discussions about the game. Where's my Wild Rider? Wild Rider Red. It's always in the last place you look, I find.
With the greens.
Yeah, of course. Of course. Oh, I found it. Just want a little bit. Just a little bit of Wild Rider.
I agree with that notion, Francois. I really do.
Yeah. where were we? Well, you know,
It doesn't
talking
matter.
about knights. I decided to default to red swords for the company, for the Victrix, or whatever I want to call these guys. The Chapter Master's Honor Guard.
Isn't that what you normally have for your?
I've done black on the Blade Guard vets, and that's what I was thinking of initially, but I think red's probably better. Probably more aesthetically pleasing, you know?
Yeah.
Man. You should, like,
What?
give them really big swords, you know? Because, it's quite the honor to be there.
Why are you hating on my fluff, bro? Why are you hating this guy? Just run Calgar with Eradicators, man. It's so much better. It is.
You got all kinds of fluff bunny choices in there. You can run one good thing.
You're just so not interested in just running something that's good and winning for a couple of games, you know?
Give yourself a chance.
Yeah, give yourself a chance.
The Chapter Master with an Honor Guard is like the dream, dude. It's just like...
And you could do
I
it.
hope you run into your soulmate at this tournament. And you guys just like you don't even get through the turn one. You're just out there like role playing. You're like stomping around Calgar and turn
Yeah.
Oh, you're killing me. You're like killing me here. Jeez, I was crying.
Knowing your luck, you're gonna be paired up to the guy like with like the.
Oh, I just won the last Can Hammer event. I'm just
Yeah.
here to have a good time. Oh, what is that? Your Astraeus? Oh, public enemy number 1. Goodbye.
So funny. Look, I'm
That thing is
indifferent.
pretty good.
Yeah, I don't think the Astraeus is bad.
One
No,
CP
it's
armor
fine.
contempt.
I think it's fine. Just literally drive it to the middle objective and sit there.
Yep. I think you are right. You have the right idea.
Yeah. That'll be fun.
Need some bronze as well. Yeah, that's usually what ends up happening. It's just a big old body. Good for tank shocking.
I ordered some of that Tamiya extra thin cement,
Nice.
but it hasn't shown up yet, which is not nice.
I don't know.
Oh,
So you
I
can't-
have an extra bottle. I could have.
cannot
If you
build?
need it, I can loan you the extra bottle. And you can just-
Loan me.
Well, and then when
Uh.
yours shows up, you can give me that one.
Oh, yeah.
Nice deal.
Brand new. No, because all I
You
have
to
is
wait on
the
Camp Post.
yeah, all I have is the sprue goo mixture one.
Oh, is it
And it's not-
bottlenecking your production over there?
A little bit because it's all I can use for glue.
I can
And
bring you
it's-
a Tamiya Liquid Thin tomorrow, and you don't have to give me your new one.
What an angel!
Yeah, just give me my old one back.
He's just wheeling and dealing over here.
It's brand new. Look, it's unopened. I
Oh.
don't know.
Oh, well, you didn't say that.
Yeah, you didn't say.
That
Any
changes
of that.
everything. That changes the entire calculus of your arrangement.
Like, why are you making me out to be a bad person here? I'm genuinely
I
genuinely
figured
trying
it
to,
was like
I thought
Like-
you were being funny.
yeah, like
No.
1/3 of a bottle, and then it's
Yeah.
like, oh, and then you just give me the whole bottle after. Yeah,
No, it's brand new. I have an extra one.
In fairness, would you agree that that's the kind of joke you would make, though?
yeah.
that's-
Yeah, right? That's right.
What? I'm
that's
doing
your...
you a favor.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I
I
thought this
never
was
go through a whole
America.
bottle anyways.
Losing money if I don't buy it. Oh, it all lines up.
Yeah, time is money, friend. You know, just like the goblins.
You could have them done.
I could have them done. However, I don't need them done. I also have old striking scorpions. I just bought the new plastic ones.
Plastique.
They look nice. They're
Yeah, they
like,
are.
and also my old ones don't have claws. Like they just didn't ever exist in the old one, like the old models.
Crab claw.
And the crab claw is just, unfortunately, infinitely better than the biting blade. I love the biting blade too.
Oh,
like
me
the
too.
like the old the last edition biting blade was like my favorite option because he went from doing like on base as an Exarch 7 attacks, but would spike fucking like 15 attacks because like you just do like full rerolls and fish for explodes.
It's the coolest. It's the cool. I built mine with a Biting Blade just because I don't. You know me. You know my sensibilities.
I assume it looks cooler.
Yeah.
Yeah, I respect that.
Yeah, you can always.
Now
count
let's
it
go
as-
back to Calgar for a minute.
We don't call him Calgar. He's just built out of his model. Okay.
Oh, chapter
Master. Just call him Chapter Master.
Nalgar.
Yeah, fine. Whatever you want. Whatever floats your boat. Okay. The
Yeah,
Chapter
'cause you could
Master
do, like-
running with the honor guard is literally the dream. Literally.
Well, like when you play core or not core hammer, tank hammer, you could use like the Iron Hands guy, but you have him modeled up for salamanders. You even use the model for him, don't
I
you?
do. Yeah, I have him. That's how my Master of the Forge looks.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, it's
Bring
true.
my pliers to Corehammer now.
I don't know, dude. It can work. It can work. It's hard
Flying
to.
tank.
Oh, in Tank Hammer, yeah. No. Tavish was all about airplane hammer. He wants that. I'm like, no one has enough airplanes for that.
You also
Maybe
can't
just Mellow.
plan anything around Tavish. That guy is
Yes, fair point.
like, I don't know.
Yeah, when he's in, he's in. When he's out, he's. We don't know where. He
I
is.
could do Tyranid airplane hammer.
Oh, that could be pretty cool.
He's,
Yeah,
I
I'll
said we
bring my
just kick him
Harridan.
out. Yeah, kick him out.
Do you think that'd be fair? Like a Harridan and airplane
Harridan?
hammer?
I don't know. I think so. It's aircraft, right? That's the keyword.
Yeah.
Well, what we found in Tank Hammer was that anything with a melee profile was twice as good.
Yes.
That's
if
that's
it
why
had
I wasn't
both.
allowed to. That's why I wasn't allowed to play my Tyranid monsters in Tank Hammer.
Wow, the Thomas, the Lord of Skulls there.
he gets a
Yeah.
pass. He gets a pass because he's on treads, right? The Kaitan would not be
He-
permissible in Tank
That's
Hammer.
He was a
Bullshit.
beast.
Yeah. Look, I
was a
wanted to do
beast.
other events like a dread, not Dread Hammer, like the Dread War in my brain. That's what I've been calling it. Just all walkers and shit. Perfect for Tyranids.
Dread War.
The Dread War. Oh, it's so sick.
Uh,
It's the coolest.
I'd be down.
Because lots of people have collections of dreads and monsters and such.
So actually, I haven't mentioned to Army here. So Mr. Kiefer here is now the proud owner of every aspect warrior.
Oh,
Now.
God. Yes.
I have graced him with a Crimson Hunter Exarch. Graced him. He now
And-
has an airplane.
And several Shining Spears.
Oh, and
Just so you know.
several really old Shining Spears
You have graced me.
that I was literally gonna throw in
Yeah.
the garbage
Yeah,
because
I have been
nobody,
bequeathed.
nobody would. want those.
I was listening to some podcast, and I don't like. So my knowledge of Eldar units is only slightly higher than my knowledge of Tyranids units.
Oh god.
So
Like zero.
yeah, but there are some of those old.
Fucking minus
Apparently, some of those old Eldar models that are considered very desirable.
Oh yeah.
For
yeah.
play? Like, yeah. Like, Shining Spears.
Well,
right?
and for like, if you're going to be an Eldar player, it's like you want some of these old ones. It's a bit of a prestigious thing, you know.
Oh,
I got
yeah.
it before they remodeled it. Yeah.
It's wow. So some of them are notoriously small. Like all the second edition Eldar models are so comically little, and even the Phoenix lords that haven't been updated, like
Karandras?
Karandras,
Yeah.
his head is bigger than his fucking body. Like he is the littlest baby boy. Like, and standing him next to the new Striking Scorpions is, to be honest, fucking pathetic. Like he is such a little baby, but he's very good. I don't know.
Karandras is awesome.
When it comes to like old Eldar models, they're neat to look at. Later in life, I would love to own just a ton of second edition of one army, like really old shit. Like it doesn't have to be Eldar. Like I wouldn't even mind owning old Tyranids. I have a couple of like second and third edition Tyranid models still
Oh,
kicking
that
around.
old Hive Tyrant is like chef's kiss, man.
Yeah,
It's so cool.
I have a third edition Hive Tyrant like just sitting in a box. Like it's out in my garage. I was looking at it yesterday. I have a bunch of second edition Zoanthropes from Bigler. Those are fucking ancient.
Yeah, those are
And
cool models too.
but yeah, one day I would like to have. One day I would like to have like an army of like just really old models. But I think the thing that you were like looking at is like some of the things that are going to go to Legends, like the Hornet and probably the Shadow Specters,
No,
those are-
I love my Shadow Specters.
because those are strong right now. Those are like
Strong and Forge World, which
strong
means,
and Forge World.
which means I must cycle them out. What a shame.
Yeah, I have my Hornets just behind me actually.
Actually, I'm like, from a narrative point of view, I'm really bothered by the Shadow Specters rules. I'm like, there's so much more creativity that could be there, you know? I'm like, ugh. They feel so. I know they're strong because they move, shoot, move built in, but I feel like the Prism weapons are probably the coolest kind of tech that you got in Eldar, and sadly not reflected in the Shadow Specters.
Yeah, and even their I guess whatever you'd call it, like Phoenix Lord.
Oh,
like
Aerolith? Yeah, dude, he's disappointing. He's
Yeah. The old rules for the Shadow Specters used to be really neat because like they had like this concentrated beam fire.
dude. That's like the cool. Like you have this rules paradigm, right? Where each unit gets one special ability,
Yeah.
and you don't make it a combined fire for the Shadow Specters. Instead, you make it move, shoot, move. And that ability, Shade of Twilight, is literally the title of Aerolith. That should be his ability.
yeah.
That's what he should allow the unit to do.
Yeah,
very
give them
annoying.
that. Yeah.
They're very annoying
Yeah.
when you look at it on paper.
Yeah. When we were talking about the Lancer and the Prism, I actually could. I wouldn't even care if the Prism couldn't reroll its hits and wounds, like the hit and wound part from the detachment and the hit and wound
It's
part
enough.
from
Yeah.
it. I just like Linkfire.
Oh, I
Like,
mean, that's
if they-
so cool. Yeah, that's what I'm talking
If
about.
they ever take away that ability, I will be so fucking mad. It's literally the reason why I like the Fire Prism so much. Since its inception of its little stratagem card from 8 to now, it's the literal only reason I like that model. Other than that, it's just like a neat looking Eldar model, but like that ability, it's just like
Well, that's flavor.
Crossfire.
Yeah, it's just like
Yeah,
it's exactly like Crossfire. It's just
Yeah.
the most flavorful mechanic you could give to that model, right?
Yeah, so like if they just take away that, I'll be very mad because like they took away Crossfire from GSC, that made me mad. They took away the beam effects, which I understand from Votan because it was strong, but it still was the same concept. If you involve something that lets me get an advantage from moving into a very, very meticulous position, I like those types of abilities. And they keep
I
taking them
agree.
away.
Well, I've been having similar thoughts around Flamers recently, just because I've been dipping back into the Firestorm detachment and trying to make that stupid stratagem worth its value. It's like impossible, and it's just because like the way Flamers are ruled, it's random. There's no skill incorporation like into the quantity because you auto hit right with Torrent, and so
Yeah.
you're
Did I say
You get-
templates?
well, that's the thing, right? You think about how we got here, and it's because, well, you know, you hit whatever was under your template. But you could move into such a way to get better advantage out of your template. You can't do that anymore, right? So it's like, where's my Space Marine skills coming into effect here? Like,
For sure.
theoretically, like five Space Marines with Flamers are worse than 5 Sisters of Battles with Flamers because their Flamers are cheaper per model. Right? They auto hit, they have the same stats.
Hey.
It's a bit lame. I think Flamers need a different rules philosophy around the quantity. Like Space Marine Flamer should always have D6 plus 1. For example, right? You have to compensate for that quality that your army's kind of narratively it ought to
So-
have.
So you would say like, I don't know, the current Flamer like, I don't know, the D6, Strength 4, AP nothing, 1 damage, Torrent, ignores cover.
Yeah.
Should just be like standard issue, because the sisters have the Munitorum Flamer, and it's a little better. Like, I don't know if it has like a better strength or a better AP.
You might be right. It might be better strength, or it might have AP. That's possible too. I just mean purely from a skill, like quality standard for factions. Like, you don't get the quality of your flamer to represent, because it's a Yahtzee, right? It's just a D6 roll on a normal flamer. You do have some flamers, like the Incendium Cannon on the Vanguard mech, the Warsuit, and you have the ubiquitous Redeemers, right? That have quality of shots.
Disgusting.
But those quality of shots aren't given to those profiles because of the quality of the unit. It's just the potency of the weapon, right? It has nothing to do with Space Marine ballistic skill standards, right? Which I know these weapons auto hit, but when you're replacing your quality of your faction's hit test with random shots, there's a dissonance in the expected outcome for your faction, right? That's all.
Ever since they took away templates, and added like the D6 shot thing in 8th,
I think it's 8th, yeah.
It's kind of changed a lot, because obviously the D6 is random and it's kind of annoying. But like that also like subsequently made artillery the monster that it is right now. Because artillery in the past, when it fired a template, scattered in full, unless you were some sort of special type of artillery. And it didn't even matter. Like it would always scatter, even with the scattered dice with the direct hit. There's a little arrow that would point in the direction. The only time you got a direct hit was if A, you have one of those special abilities, or B, you could draw a correct line of sight onto them outside of terrain, not in terrain. Once it goes into terrain, if I'm remembering that right, it would scatter in full all the time. So it kind of caused this more like haywire effect of shots, but shooting a scatter template or like a large blast template onto like a 5-man squad had real diminishing returns versus me shooting my 2d6 whatever into a 5-man squad. Well, I'm probably going to kill them, but when you fire a template, it's only one hit on one guy out of the 5. But when you fire the big template onto a big unit, well, you get more guys under the template. It means more damage, but it was never the quantity that we get now with the D6 random roll or 2d6 random roll plus blast plus any bonuses that you get. You actually get way more shots from blast oriented weapons and things that used to be templates versus in the past, where I wish they would go back to templates. They won't. They will never go back to it because it's an extra piece that you need to own for certain armies that they don't want to provide, I don't think, anymore. Well, for 30k they have it, but that's just holdover, right? If they knew for now, I don't know how it's going forward. I've seen some rumblings for 3rd edition 30k.
Those rumors are like saddening if they're true.
Yeah, it's like a death knell or like a fucking nail in the coffin.
Let's just make 30k like 40k.
Yeah, which is exactly what they don't want, right? Like 30k players are like fucking Uncle Grandpas playing.
Hey, don't hate, okay? They get it.
I'm just saying, they're literal like grandpa guys who just want to play their historic, but it's fucking 30k. Which more power to them.
Can you think of anybody who should play that? Maybe
me.
I don't know. Maybe somebody who was like their guys counted and in regiments, or
I do. Listen,
because of shoulder badges.
I want to play Old World for regimental.
Uncle Grandpa Kiefer.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think their mentality is more similar to mine when it comes to putting models on the table, but
Probably it's more of the
You would make
spectacle of
friends
like.
at a 30K tourney for
oh,
sure.
for sure. But
You
dude,
also you wouldn't win best painted either.
oh yeah, that's true too. That's true too.
Yeah, you'd have some actual
But you
meaningful
could say fun
competition.
things like kids these days and back in my day.
Yeah, and I'll
No?
never use Marty as Calgar in my Salamander.
Well, I'm not using. Well, I look if I had the means to field a chapter master for my chapter, like in 9th or 8th.
Yeah,
fuck, I'd be doing that, man. But it's like literally the only
Absolutely.
way I could play him is as
No,
that
no.
that guy. Unfortunately,
In this edition, I
yeah,
sympathize.
it's kind of a lame situation, right?
Oh, I was going down roads. I was like, it was like I was gonna make an Alfarius with Calgars, or then it was suggested to
to be
Gilliman. Yeah, just like
Yeah,
know.
yeah. I mean, like you have the luxury of your army being mutable because A, it's fluffy, and B, it doesn't really matter. They're just models. Like as long as I know what it is and what the
as
base
long
side
as it's
is
roughly the
accurate.
same height and the base.
Yeah.
is accurate,
So, so like if you for whatever fucking reason want to play your Alpha Legion as Dark Angels and you want to run a bunch of Lernian Terminators with Storm Shields and you want to use Alfarius as Lionel Johnson, I'm okay with it.
Mhm.
I can
Yo,
already
there's
feel
my new idea.
I feel like someone on the screen my left is like having a fucking bit of a stroke as I fucking say that, but it doesn't matter because you just play with us, and
There you
sometimes
go. I can run
people-
Dark Angels. They're not good, are they?
they're good for now. By the time you get everything bought and painted,
yeah.
they're gonna be nerfed. So by all
By
means,
the time I hobby, like right.
For the
Yeah.
record, I'm not opposed to said sort of projects. It's all in the execution, It's all in the
oh
execution.
now you say that.
Well, look, if Army is, let's say, putting Lionel Johnson as he comes out of the box on the table and saying it's Alfarius, like in air quotes, to narratively like hamstring his way onto the board in a tasteful way, I'm gonna throw up in my mouth. But if he's converting or using Alfarius from 30K and trying to live the dream or whatever, look, Alfarius, what if he's still around? Here he is, surprise, right? I think there's some good fun there, right? And it seems fairly
It is.
tasteful,
Oh
like
my
you said.
God,
If
yeah.
it's if the only way to
Have
get
them
your
in
Terminators with
periphery.
Storm Shields in Chaos, because there's no more Relic Terminators, is to have a Deathwing style list, it seems like the most apt way to do it. And to your point, Melon, it's like all that stealing units and mutable allegiances for Alpha Legion they can pull that off, right? They can play that kind of
Man,
trope.
in 30K, their special rule used to be steal any other army's special unit.
So
Yeah,
cool.
yeah, they've infiltrated. Yeah, it's it fits for the lore, but even outside of that, if you want to be creative and do exactly like what I've been kind of chirping you with, is take a Cave and Shrike and salamanders it up, make him have like fucking dragon wings or some shit, then and use him for his rules of Cave and Shrike to be like Salamander Vanguard. By all means, because I know you're going to hobby it really well, and I know it's going to look really good. And if it fits what you are feeling to play style wise, then why not? It doesn't really matter. It's
Yeah, it is.
Should
You're right.
ever since the rules have changed that the armies don't matter, like the color doesn't matter. It's not detachment Imperial Fist or detachment Ultramarines. Now it's
really
Gladius. It doesn't
It used
matter.
to rot me.
Sure, whatever.
It's
Well, now
not nearly
the stigma's gone now because of the labels have changed, but it's still, we all still know. But look, even in 8th edition, you didn't have to have your Ultramarines painted red, right? It was just people like me would give you a hard time.
Yeah,
Why'd you paint your
That's all it
Ultramarines
was.
red?
Well, there is a red
successor chapters and such, right?
Successor chapter, Omega Marines,
Oh,
or
okay.
yeah.
Okay.
Sons of Orar. Sorry, are the
Yeah,
red.
Genesis chapter are red also. Super
Hmm,
cool.
I did not know that. I thought
There
you were
was,
just-
funny enough, with
colorblind.
that specifically, there was a guy at a tournament I went to that painted his army Sons of Orar, and he ran the double repulsor. And
Oh,
that is
nice.
when I was like, I need to buy this. I thought it was so cool because he had a really cool way of playing them. He used them as portable walls, like line of sight blocking portable walls. Because back then you had to be able to draw the line of sight to it, and they were so big that he just gummed up lanes with these repulsors because they were kind of tough. And I just thought it was so neat, and that's when I went out and bought 2 repulsors. I still have one, because I don't think having 2 is as fun anymore. They don't do the same fucking thing. But yeah, it was very neat. Going back to the template thing though, the templates being gone, I think what that did made people keep their models close together. Like, so everything is a lot tighter, and you are not conscious of being spread. So in the past, when I used to play in 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th edition, you could never, ever put your models together. Like, put them right tight together. Because you were asking for a large blast template to be direct hit dropped right on top of that clumped up pile of shit.
Mhm.
And you would... So, the worst was our friend that moved away dropped 10... what were the flamer guys and orcs called?
Burna Boys?
Burna Boys. He put 10 Burna Boy templates on top of my 40-man cultist unit that I clumped together, thinking it's not going to be that bad, because they had an invulnerable save back in the day from Ahriman. I used to run Ahriman in regular Chaos Space Marines, and he gave a invulnerable save to the unit he was in for shooting attacks. So I thought, how bad could 10 Burna Boys be on all 40 of my cultists? Not only did he kill all of them, he could have killed 120 of them with the amount of fucking damage he did to that fucking unit. It was fucking mental. You had to spread your shit out. You had, like, constantly. You never knew when a fucking flamer template, like the Helldrake was a real piece of shit back in 6th edition. Like, he dropped a flamer template. Basilisks used to be a lot scarier than what they were. I'm trying to even think. Barrage templates used to be like you could walk barrage templates depending on how many barrages you got in the direction you wanted, because they flipped. So you could flip them, and it was called walking the dog in the direction that you kind of wanted to go, like a barrage, right?
Yeah,
like
it's cool.
Super
cool.
You drop the first hit, it's off kilter, and then you walk it towards the thing. And if you have enough barrages, you might be able to land one. And if you got a direct hit with the barrage, you would just put all 3 or 5 in the case of like Thunderfire Cannon.
Hey, I'm taking the Thunderfire Cannon.
Nice. Oh yeah, I forgot you told me you wanted to run one. The Knight used to do small blast templates from its feet when it first came out.
Fun. Good use
so
of
when
the
it
stomp.
used well, that was what it was. It was stomp.
It's just shockwaves,
stomp.
Right? That's the idea.
Yeah, they used to be devastating though. So they used to do instant death on anything under the dot of the template. And so you roll it. Yeah, you roll a dice, and I think it was on like a 5 or a 6. It was just called squished. I think it was. And yeah, if you were an infantry model or tank, you were instantly destroyed. If I'm remembering right, because I remember walking the dog onto a rhino, and I blew up the rhino because I rolled the 5 or 6 or whatever it was, and blew it up, and then I fucking I don't even remember. I attacked it the next turn, whatever was inside. But yeah, it was definitely an interesting time.
Okay, no other game, is a little more streamlined, blah blah blah. But like these stories, Like they don't happen anymore. Like because there's not
No,
that
no.
wacky random.
Yeah.
This is why we should all play more time. Like it's that time of the
I'm-
episode where we talk about more time.
I am all for more time.
Mhm.
My schedule does not correlate with anyone else. Maybe one of you, well, both of you actually I can kind of like tee off with, but it would just be us.
Monday,
Which
more
I-
time.
Which I'm okay with, but it's just it. I would love to keep playing more time, and especially make it like a league or whatever. Like
Listen,
we're like,
listen,
yes.
listen. We can make this happen. We just have to force it, right? Like if
Yeah.
the old men are enjoying 40k and they don't want to do more time right now, if their only choice to play 40k is each other, they'll come to more time. They'll have to,
yeah,
Yeah.
because that's what we're
yeah,
playing.
yeah. It's definitely peer pressure, and
Mhm.
they fall to it pretty
Well,
hook, line,
yeah,
and sinker.
Everyone will, right?
After this tourney, it might be a really good time because right now I'm jazzed, I'm energized, I'm having fun. I want to play this jank. But after that, when nothing new is coming out and it's, I don't know, Bale and Pariah's stupid in a lot of ways. Like, oh, I went second, I just got a 20% boost in my chance to win, you know?
Yeah.
Like,
It's pretty night and day, isn't it? Like that, like second.
oh, it's
It's crazy,
incredible.
dude. It is.
I
It's
used to like going second, not for the advantage of like winning the fucking game. I just liked it so I could like assess situations and
Oh
assess
yeah,
like
you can react.
where
right?
I wanted to move, right?
It's way better.
Yeah,
And-
you're reactive. Like, you don't have to set the tempo, right?
No,
like going second.
I like being a tempo player, but I like it after, you know, my opponent has done something, and especially if it's a wasted something, like, you know,
Yeah.
I've hid my stuff really well, or I've created problem decisions that they don't like. That's like my MO. And just going second now is just like, well, I guess I win. Or like am likely to win. I shouldn't say that.
Well, it certainly helps, man. It feeds into a lot of the weird, unaccounted rules that don't get updated, like the uppy downy stuff at the end of your opponent's turn.
Yeah, I played U Army, and I think I went second for that one. I did. Yeah, I did go second. But your my game like just went sideways because of bad dice roll. Like there's no ifs, ands, or buts. The Raptor didn't break down the Blade Guard vets. The fucking Kratos was comically bad. The Spartan rolled just as bad as what you roll, Kiefer. Like it was when he rolled those dice and he did one confirmed wound and only did what, like 2 damage. And I was just like, oh, that seems awfully familiar. I
Yeah.
remember a certain situation just like this.
Spartans are cursed. I'm telling you.
Fucking what is that? 350 points of dog shit.
Yeah.
Three.
it's-
I also had lasers on mine, so I would think it's better.
Yeah, the lasers like are more consistent, and it still flopped. But
Dude,
Um,
mine flops with like I take the quad last because I'm doing dark packs because I want sustained, and even then, it's a phenomenon I think with Spartans.
I gave it 2 games and I cut it. Maybe 3. And I'm like, nope, I'm done with this thing.
yeah,
315 points of trash.
But when I played Biggie, I played my Votan, and I went second. I played very passive, and he, you know, Biggie, for being like almost 60 years old, is all gas, no brakes. So he loves slamming everything down the line, rushing up the board, trying to, I don't know, kill shit or something, kill like meaningless shit. And
Oh yeah, he
Yeah,
loves to take a bait, eh?
I don't even put the bait out, and he falls for bait. I don't even do anything. Like I'm just like, I'll just, you know,
He's so greedy. He's so funny.
I'll just
He like
funny,
drive
he
my
could
thing
have
up.
put. I was playing against him, and he could have put down a lancer, and instead Matt told him he could get the rhino also. Then he
Buddy,
got none.
the math thing made me laugh so much because I was thinking about that when you always bring that up. I had a fucking Sagittar at 1 wound. He's like, oh, I'm just going to split fire this.
Oh, yeah.
The math
Oh,
says
yeah.
it'll do it. And lo and behold, it doesn't kill it. And he's like,
Dude.
oh, well, I really need the Sagittar dead. I can split fire this other thing.
Yeah.
Math says it should go. Still doesn't kill it. Finally, he uses his fucking Exorcist and indirect fires at it. Still didn't kill it. That fucking Sagittar lived with 1 wound till turn 5. Like, all the way to the end of the game. I tank shocked with it and killed Morven Vol with it.
Ah,
He did
salt
the
in the
same
wound.
thing,
Brutal.
I was playing him with guard, and there was a Land Raider Crusader on like 2 wounds,
Yeah.
and he left it there so long that he gave up on it.
Oh my
On
god.
turn
No
2,
way.
he got it to 2 wounds, and he left it there for like the rest of the game.
Oh my god. Yeah, no fucking way. Not that thing, like, being at 1 wound
And he had
or
bring it down.
16 wounds
And he had
is
bring it down.
ludicrous. It's so fucking ludicrous. But yeah, he's his own worst enemy. Like, and
He kills him.
fucking he is very frivolous with his miracle dice and his CP in that army. He was using one CP thing where he was combining, and I know it's legit, like it's an actual stratagem, but I was like, why are you even bothering? Like, he kept combining for 1 CP 2 miracle dice to make whatever it would be, like a 4 and a 1 make a 5, or a fucking 3 and a 3 make a 6. And I'm like, yeah, but like, you have like stratagems that do mortal wounds on 6s for like your flamer unit, or like a bunch of other shit. Like, wouldn't you rather want to do that and like get a confirmed kill, or gain some CP, not just get this arbitrary like dice roll that's guaranteed, like this
Man
one
likes
single.
what he likes.
Yeah, I'm like, okay, whatever.
Yesterday at the store, it was like a funny moment, everyone. If you know, you know. It was one of those moments where it's like, if you know, you know, because you could overhear another game going on where it's like, I don't even care if I win, I'm playing for vengeance. And then everyone's like, I know what that means. It's just like players' natures coming out, right?
It's
Yeah.
just an accomplishment to kill Angron. I'm like, oh boy, I know how that game's going.
Yeah. What was the other thing? Oh yeah, Morgan Vol's nasty. She's so
Oh, yeah.
nasty. Fucking, I couldn't even move my land fortress. She fucking Overwatch killed the fucking thing. Because like, she's in the unit, right?
She's
Like,
full
she's in the
rerolls,
unit
right?
of
That's what she does?
yeah, it's full rerolls, full rerolls to
Crazy.
hit, full rerolls to wound on vehicles, I want to say. And she can dump a miracle dice, which I was like telling him, I'm like, just keep your shitty ones to funnel into her. Like, don't even spend that CP on, because it's, you dump a miracle dice and she gets like D3 extra attacks or D3 extra shots. And I'm like, just do that with your like shitty ones. Like, I use on when I play Eldar, all of my 1s and 2s get flipped to 6s from Farseers. That's all I use them for. I'm not using them for I think there was one time I used a 2 on Dan to not charge too far. I only needed like a 4, and that could have bit me in the ass, but I only needed a 4, and I'm like, fuck it, I'm gonna use 1 dice to make it so I don't charge like hella far. I wanted to stay relatively like on the objective.
What a
And
world.
even if I botch it though, I'm still on the objective. That's what I want. This is just like getting a little extra damage on some battle sisters, and that's whatever. I don't particularly care. And that was like the only time, and it was successful. I rolled like a 5, which was like I just walked them a little bit forward. I still got to tow onto the objective. I was good. And it's the same kind of mentality. It's just like, I'm not gonna waste my CP to combine these 2 dice to make a 5 or a 6 or whatever. I'll just use them for like what's her name? Junith. If you use Junith, you can dump a miracle dice and get a CP. She's a special
That's
character.
unreal.
I know Biggie hates special characters, but he uses Morven Vol. So like, what's the fucking deal? Just use Junith, because that's fucking free CP. Who gives a shit? Yeah, he's got his like rhetorics, and they make me laugh all the time. It's like,
Yeah,
it's just something
He's a
else.
character, for sure.
Yeah, he's definitely a character. Very funny.
For sure.
I would love to play that army. His sisters look fucking lethal.
I recall
Oh,
a
they're-
certain
yeah.
someone, maybe his name was Army, saying that you would like playing Sisters.
Yeah, he's right.
Yeah, it's funny.
Honest to God, I could literally find joy in any army. there's not an army in the game that even AdMech now. AdMech have like kind of like shifted around to the point where like I'm kind of interested in them. There's something in any army that I'd be like, I would love to play this. Like I would love to just sit down. Maybe when I win the lottery.
Yeah, each army has some angle, so to speak, where it's like, oh,
Yeah.
that's some cool sauce they got, you know? That's some
Yeah.
cool flavor.
It's harder to love some than others, though.
Yeah.
It can be.
Yeah, it
I
can
so
be.
I was telling
Yeah,
Kiefer last week. I've been like fooling around with GSE. I was like, I think I could make them work. I think I could like in our group, in our play group. I think I could make GSE work.
I think
Yeah, I
so.
just don't know. Like, well, I don't know what your plan is, but like the competitive lists are just like you're just carpet bombing.
Yeah, but maybe. I want to do dirt bikes, and you know me, I always like the dirt bikes.
Dirt bikes are rad, dude. So
Yeah.
rad.
And I mean, there's a detachment for dirt bikes, so they look fun. There's this like really stupid enhancement. So the new model that they put out, the brain one,
Mhm.
there's an enhancement in the dirt bike detachment where if they're in a vehicle, everything in the vehicle that shoots from the open top or whatever, or like the firing deck, they get +1 to hit. Anything in the vehicle, so they don't have to be in a unit or anything. So you can take one of those brain laser ladies, and put 3 of them in there and give one of them that enhancement, and all 3 of them will hit on 3s or
+1?
2s.
Nice.
Yeah, whatever there is, and you
What do
can
they fire? Like a
overcharge.
zone throw kind of laser or what?
They fire a last cannon
Nice.
out of it, but when you overcharge it, it's 2 last cannons, but then it's hazardous. But hazardous goes on the vehicle, right?
Yeah. Yep. As soon as you said it, I was like, perfect. Perfect for
Yeah.
the firing deck. God.
Yeah, so all I was thinking was, I'm like, and in that detachment, I want to say there's like a Feel No Pain strap, but there might not be. I have to double check, but either way, it's kind of like a funny, like fun bus where like it's just like 6 last cannon lasers are coming out of the fucking firing ports of this Goliath truck or Goliath rock grinder, whatever one I decide to use. The thing is so easy to kill, though. It's T10 with 10 wounds or some shit like that, or like 12 wounds. It's like, it's nothing. Like they're literally like dog shit.
Those rock grinders used to be hard to kill.
Mhm.
The rock grinders were really, because they had -1 damage. They used to be really 3-up save, -1 damage. They were easy to confirm wounds on because they weren't that tough, but they were really, really.
What's
really
their ability now?
When they charge into melee, if you want to fall back, it's a desperate.
Interesting.
Yeah, which isn't great.
Yeah, it's an odd choice.
Yeah, so it's but I mean they're a good proprietor to Tank Shock, I guess, because you Tank Shock with them, and then they do like
What's their toughness?
toughness 10, so you get 10 dice.
Oh, yeah.
That's pretty good.
And then they have, I want to say 8 attacks, and then it's like damage 2, and they hit on 3s. Like they're a good melee vehicle. I still like them. I still think rock grinders are alright.
I love
The
aesthetic,
buggies,
for sure.
the buggies are kind of where it's at. Like you take, because they come in units of 2. You just take 6 of them. They just drive around. They're really
Hell
fast.
yeah.
They
Well,
shoot.
Their buggies have a great aesthetic. They nailed the GSC vehicle aesthetic, in my opinion. I think it's fucking rad.
Yeah, I'd say so. Yeah, they fired D3 last cannons. Well, their last cannon is D6 + 1. They hit on 4s, but you can give them spotter. Like it makes them hit on 3s. There's another thing that make them do smoke for free. It's like flare launchers.
I feel like GSC, like they give so many Mad Max vibes. There should be like smoke coming off them all the time.
Yeah, they should always just be -1 to hit or something.
It was, oh no, I was gonna say remember the smokers, but that was from Waterworld. They're literally called
Oh yeah,
smokers.
I was talking about Waterworld because we were talking about Kevin Costner. I was like, man, Kevin Costner's in some fucking sick shit, man. Even now, like even like in like Yellowstone, like fuck, man, he's a good actor.
He's out of Yellowstone now, I think. Like
I think so
something
too.
about contract, but I didn't. I watched like I get some of those shows just lag a little too long for me. So like I liked it and watched it, but then I got tired of it.
Yeah, yeah, I get that. Honestly, like to be fair, Game of Thrones was like that, and that's based on a book. And the book wasn't done, so they probably should have just ended it until the book was finished.
Which is never. Still
No,
not done.
that guy will never finish it. He'll die before it's done.
He's such a piece of garbage.
It happens.
Well, he does it. It's his fucking like laziness because I guess he got a ton of fucking money from.
Oh, he's just
The-
doing things that pay him more.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Also, I think it's probably harder now that it was fumbled so hard in the series finale, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, the minute they got past the books, the quality just went.
That's what I hear.
I really liked the books.
Yeah, I enjoyed the first one. Very cool. Cool stuff.
Cool beans.
Probably hop off here at the usual time, just FYI.
Yeah, the 6
What
minute.
time are we at?
Six.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Five.
That is
8:54.
fine with me.
Got some Omegon's watch 3D prints glued onto the flyers.
Ooh,
And
nice.
I've got Mr. Kevin Shrike is almost done here.
Alpharius Strike. At least pretend. At least pretend. You converted him.
It's yeah, I head swapped them. And
Yeah,
I
he's
put on a
still-
shoulder pad.
He's still got fucking Raven motifs all around his model.
Those are his
I swapped-
trophies. Those are his trophies. He killed the Raven Guard guy. That's what happened.
Oh wow.
I left his helmet on the body and put a bullet hole in the eye.
Oh nice.
Yeah, you gotta spin it.
I moved the Raven Guard pad to the other shoulder. Don't look too closely, okay?
You got it.
I'll keep your secret. It's okay.
I'm gonna actually try to run them with the jump pack intercessors in that 2,000 point Gladius.
Oh yeah.
You need to do Vanguard Veterans, all with Lightning Claws with K-Van Shrike, obviously.
Hey Van.
I would. How many points are those? I'm not opposed.
I don't know if
They're
it's
like
worth.
sub 200.
I don't even know what Vanguard Vets do.
I don't think he can. Let's see. Vanguard vets. I don't even know if he can be attached to legends. Is the problem because they do things like that.
Well,
Yeah.
we're talking about the jump pack ones, so they're not legends.
Even Shrike can be attached to assault intercessors and Vanguard vet with jump pack.
Yeah.
Vanguard vet with jump pack. Vanguard vet. What do they do?
Well, they're the guys that can take a bunch of gaggle of weapons, so you could pick like mix storm shield, lightning claw,
Yeah.
plasma pistol.
They're only 105. Maybe I can make that work.
105 for 5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's-
Oh, that's above 200. I thought they'd be under 200. So 210 plus him
when they
is what?
charge, they get lethal.
Oh, then you just want volume.
And they're strength 5, actually.
Oh, do they have like their own melee weapon?
Yeah, they like relic
Vanguard
weapons or whatever.
veteran weapon.
Oh, we got AP. AP 1, 2,
AP is 1.
1 damage, or 2.
1 damage. 1 damage.
5 attacks. Not
4
bad.
attacks.
Or attacks.
Yeah.
They get lethals on the charge. You oaths. You fish for lethals.
Yeah,
What does Kevin give?
Lone up outside of 12 and off the board.
For him and his unit, or just him by himself?
Yes, sir. Him and his unit.
That's pretty good.
He's cool, man. He's so cool. I think it'd be so fun to be a Raven Guard purist. He's such a cool. Ever since that model came out, it's always been pretty creative with the rule set, man.
I suspect that I own painted Alpha
Guard boots?
Legion, dual Lightning Claw, old Warp Talons when I was in my 30K days. Oh, yes, I do.
Look, it's all coming together. It was all for
Wow,
this.
it's
All I would have
coming up. Millhouse already on the clear bases.
already on the clear bases.
How did you mount Kevin? Isn't he on a rock?
Yeah.
Is he just
rock's
carrying
just
that rock
going-
around?
He has a clear
Yeah.
rock, obviously.
1, 2, 3, 4. Now, do I paint them black? Except for that arm and switch out the shoulder pad. I don't know. I gotta see if the points work, but I'm not opposed to this. I'm not opposed to this. It is 25 points more. And points are, point. Point.
Yeah, because what
I've
do
run these
Jump Pack
awesome-
Intercessors do? They do mortal wounds on the charge, right?
Yeah.
So, well, them being lone op with him does make it easier to set that up. For what it's worth.
Yep.
And if it's cheaper, maybe
For
that's better.
sure. I could just run them with 5 Warp Talons. And say.
Yeah, why not? Dude, Alpha Legion.
Yeah, they're kind of bigger. Actually, I might just do that. We'll see. Yeah, that could be fun. That could be a fun little flair. Yeah. All right. Well, that was good. Thanks for the motivation, fellas.
Yeah, man.
No
That's
problem.
How we roll.
All right. I will. I think we got work stuff. You work Friday nights, right, Melanie?
I do, sadly.
Man, it's been rough trying to get those off Sunday games. I want to get a game in before this tourney on Saturday and get one rep with the list, but it's been hard.
Oh.
Brandon saved me. I texted him. I DM'd him. I'm like, yo, bro, put down Space Marine for a minute and save me.
Please.
All right, I'll catch you guys later.
Later, dude.
Anyway,
You taking off as well, Melon?
yeah, it's about the time I gotta mosey.
Sounds
So
good. Sounds good.
I think that's a
I'll
wrap
talk
for me.
to you later.
later. Bye, Chad. Bye.
Finally, the riffraff are gone. How's it going, chat? You know how it is. I'll be hobbing for a few more minutes. I'm actually trying to find my my Blood Angels contrast, or my red contrast. I don't know where it is. Don't know where it is. Francois says, with the 40K, I'm going to buy something on your affiliate link. Thanks for standing up for free speech. Hey, I appreciate that. Yeah, use the RTLW affiliate link. YouTube's kind of weird with the hot linking, so sometimes I find you have to copy and paste it. Annoying, but it is what it is. Yeah, Artel has new Banshees, and I'm very tempted. I'm just looking at my painted Janzar, and it just does not spark as much joy, unfortunately. But I probably should finish off the things that are unpainted first for the Phoenix Force. But look, we're on a Salamanders, or Firekeepers rather, bend for now, because I'm going to that same Mike Mudd tournament as Army, so I wanna take the Firekeepers to the field in a very classy fashion with a chapter master and command squad. Jeez, I can't find my purple or my red. I wonder if I can get an orange-ish contrast color with Volupus purple and yellow. We'll see. We'll mix the potions. We'll see what happens. Yeah, free speech is important, and look, if If we don't make room to discuss ideas and concepts, then how do we discern what are good ideas and concepts, right? That's sort of the gist of where I stand on that. As long as, people aren't being directly trying to hurt others with their language. Rude for the sake of being rude, right? If it's just amicable discourse, that's a good thing. I think that's a good thing. Okay, let's see. What color does this give us? Kind of an orange. Kind of. Well, we take it from this side. I don't know. Look, worst case scenario, we paint over, right? We paint over. Oh, I don't love it. I don't love it. We'll put it on. Maybe after a night's rest and I reevaluate it with fresh eyes, maybe I'll like it a bit more. It is possible. Is that a good Volkite color? I think we want something more red, honestly. Okay, let's get some known oil. Hit our swords. Just to instantly make them look better. Oh no, look, the buckles. Jeez, oh, it's too late. Look, is this silver alive? Who do the buckles on this knife, on this knife holster? So the side, an extra knife. It doesn't really make a ton of sense, but I thought it was a cool thing to carry around for an honor guard. Especially for the Monster Hunter motif. Maybe that's like the carving knife, you know? I also think overall we got some good tones on the black components here, but probably would benefit from some edge lighting. Silver Scratch Build Productions. Got some new pics of my knight up on my channel. Very nice. Very cool. Well, everyone in chat, you know where to find them. Silver Scratch Build Productions. Okay. Yeah, these guys are going to take a few more streams, I think. But, you know, slowly but surely, the command squad is coming together. Gold coils with red ink looks great in my opinion. Yes. Okay, so gold with red ink. Nice. I should be able to get something close to that. I'm not liking how the orange orange in air quotes. The orange over bronze is looking. I might have to get a little bit of extra treatment, I think. What's left? A lot of my paints are dry, and unfortunately the wet palette is kind of drying up also, and my watering, my water bottle for my wet palette is not here, so no rejuvenation today. I think we'll wrap it up there. Well, everybody, thanks for tuning in and sharing in on the hobby camaraderie. Thanks everyone who chatted. And tomorrow I'll be doing another stream, but the usual hobby hang solo stream is what'll be on. So you can look forward to that, and I hope to see you all there. Well, I guess we should do a little bit of a review. What do we do today? One Screamer finished the work on the modified knife here for this guy. I think it's turned out pretty cool. Pretty cool, pretty pleased with it. We're gonna go with one knife. He's not a dual sword guy. I just felt the balance of the pose would be better if it was more weight back here rather than kind of two heavy blades, one pointing out forward. And we did some power sorting and a little bit of backpack work. Bits and bops, accessories and such. Well, what a way to outro the stream. But here we are. We got there in the end. There's the Wall of Honor, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.